Story 1. Lily learns the value of honesty. Lily was a 20-year-old girl who always tried to do the right thing. She was in her second year of university and had many friends. One day, Lily and her friends were working on a big group project. They were all supposed to do their part and come together to present the project in class. Lily had been really busy with other assignments, so she didn't have much time to work on her part of the project. When the day to present came, Lily still hadn't finished her work. She didn't know what to do. Her friends asked if she was ready, and instead of telling the truth, Lily said she was. When it was time to present, Lily hoped that no one would notice that she wasn't prepared. But as her friends started to present, it became clear that something was missing. The teacher noticed too and asked Lily to explain her part. Lily felt her heart race. She knew she couldn't keep lying, so she finally admitted that she hadn't done her work. Her friends were upset. They had trusted her to do her part, and now their project was incomplete. The teacher was disappointed too. She told Lily that honesty was always the best policy, and that if she had told the truth earlier, they could have helped her. Lily felt terrible. She realized that by trying to cover up her mistake, she had let her friends down and made the situation worse. After class, she apologized to her friends and promised to be honest with them in the future. They forgave her, but it took some time to rebuild their trust. From that day on, Lily learned the importance of being honest, even when it's difficult. She understood that telling the truth is always better than trying to hide a mistake. It was a hard lesson, but one she knew would help her in the future. Story 2. Lily and the Lost Wallet. One afternoon, Lily was walking home from the library. She had been studying for her exams and was deep in thought. As she crossed the street, she noticed something on the ground. It was a wallet. She picked it up and looked around, but there was no one in sight. Lily opened the wallet to see if she could find any information about the owner. Inside, she found some money, a few cards, and a student ID. The ID belonged to a boy named Alex, who was about her age. Lily knew she had to return the wallet, but she wasn't sure how. She decided to go back to the library to see if Alex was still there. When she arrived, she asked the librarian if she had seen Alex, but the librarian hadn't. Lily didn't give up. She looked around the library and even asked a few students if they knew Alex, but no one did. Lily thought about keeping the money in the wallet, but then she remembered how important honesty was. She knew she had to find Alex and return the wallet with everything inside. So, she decided to use social media to try to find him. She posted a picture of the wallet on her university student group page and explained that she had found it. Within a few hours, someone commented that they knew Alex and would let him know. Later that evening, Lily received a message from Alex. He was so grateful that she had found his wallet and wanted to meet her to get it back. The next day, Lily met Alex at the library. He thanked her for being honest and going out of her way to find him. Alex told her that he had been very worried when he realized his wallet was missing, especially because it had all his important cards and money in it. Lily felt happy knowing that she had done the right thing. From this experience, Lily learned that even small acts of honesty and kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. She knew that returning the wallet was the right thing to do, and it made her feel good to help someone else. Lily and the new girl. Lily was always friendly and outgoing, so when a new girl named Sarah joined her class, Lily wanted to make her feel welcome. Sarah was quiet and seemed nervous, especially because she didn't know anyone in the class. At lunch, Lily noticed that Sarah was sitting alone. She decided to join her. "Hi, I'm Lily. Do you mind if I sit with you?" she asked with a warm smile. Sarah looked up, surprised but happy, and nodded. As they ate, Lily asked Sarah about where she was from and what she liked to do. Sarah slowly started to open up. She told Lily that she had just moved to the city and didn't know anyone yet. She was worried about making friends and fitting in. Lily understood how Sarah felt. She remembered how nervous she had been on her first day of university. She told Sarah that it's okay to feel nervous and that everyone goes through it when they're new. Lily also introduced Sarah to her friends, who were all very welcoming. Over the next few weeks, Lily made an effort to include Sarah in group activities. They studied together, hung out after class, and even went to a few school events. Slowly, Sarah began to feel more comfortable and started making more friends on her own. One day, Sarah thanked Lily for being so kind to her when she first arrived. She said that Lily's friendship had made her transition to the new school much easier. Lily felt happy knowing that she had helped someone feel welcome and included. Lily learned that kindness and empathy can go a long way in making someone's day better. By reaching out to Sarah, she had not only made a new friend but also made a positive impact on someone's life. Story 4. Lily and the volunteer work. Lily had always wanted to give back to her community, so when she heard about a volunteer opportunity at the local animal shelter, she jumped at the chance. She loved animals and thought it would be a great way to spend her weekends. When Lily arrived at the shelter for the first time, she was a little nervous. She didn't know what to expect, but she was eager to help. The shelter staff welcomed her warmly and showed her around. They explained that her job would be to help feed the animals, clean their cages, and spend time playing with them. Lily quickly got into the routine. She loved spending time with the dogs and cats, especially those who seemed lonely or scared. She would sit with them, talk to them, and give them lots of attention. Over time, she noticed that the animals started to trust her more and became happier. One day, Lily noticed a dog that looked particularly sad. The staff told her that the dog, named Max, had been in the shelter for a long time and was having a hard time adjusting. Lily felt a special connection with Max and decided to spend extra time with him. She played with him, took him for walks, and made sure he knew he was loved. After a few weeks, Max started to come out of his shell. He was more energetic, wagged his tail when he saw Lily, and even started to play with the other dogs. The shelter staff noticed the change and were impressed with how much happier Max had become. Eventually, Max was adopted by a loving family. Lily was sad to see him go, but was also overjoyed that he had found a new home. She realized that her time at the shelter had made a real difference, not just for Max, but for all the animals she had cared for. Lily learned that volunteering is not just about giving your time, it's about making a meaningful impact on the lives of others. She felt proud of the work she had done and knew that she would continue to volunteer in the future. Story 5. Lily's budgeting lesson. Lily had always been careful with her money, but when she started university, she found it harder to keep track of her spending. Between tuition, books, and social activities, her expenses started to add up quickly. One month, she realized that she had spent more than she had planned and didn't have enough money left for some important things. Feeling stressed, Lily decided to take control of her finances. She knew she needed to start budgeting, but she wasn't sure where to begin. She talked to her parents, who gave her some good advice. Make a list of all your expenses and income, and then plan out your spending accordingly. Lily took their advice to heart. She sat down with a notebook and wrote out all her expenses, including rent, groceries, transportation, and entertainment. She also noted her income from her part-time job and any other sources of money. Once she had everything written down, Lily started to make a budget. She allocated a certain amount of money for each category and made sure to leave some extra for savings. She realized that she'd been spending too much on eating out and decided to cook at home more often. Over the next few weeks, Lily stuck to her budget. It wasn't always easy, especially when her friends invited her out, but she learned to make smart choices. Instead of going out for coffee every day, she started making her own at home. She also found cheaper ways to have fun, like having movie nights with friends instead of going to the theater. By the end of the month, Lily was proud of herself. She had stayed within her budget and even managed to save some money. She felt more in control of her finances and less stressed about money. Lily learned that budgeting is an important skill that can help you manage your money and avoid unnecessary stress. She knew that by continuing to budget, she would be able to save for the things that really mattered to her. Story 6. Lily and the group project. Lily was excited to start a new project in her marketing class. It was a group project, and she was paired with 3 other students. At first, everyone was eager to contribute, but as the weeks went by, 2 of the group members became less involved. This left Lily and another student, Mark, to do most of the work. Lily felt frustrated. She didn't think it was fair that she and Mark had to carry the load while the others slacked off. She thought about confronting them, but she didn't want to cause any tension in the group. Instead of letting her frustration build, Lily decided to talk to her professor for advice. The professor suggested that Lily set up a meeting with the whole group to discuss the situation. He reminded her that communication was key in group work. Lily followed the professor's advice and organized a meeting. She was nervous, but she knew it was important to address the issue. During the meeting, Lily calmly explained how she and Mark were feeling. She asked the other two members if there was anything they were struggling with or if they needed help managing their time. To her surprise, the other two students admitted that they were overwhelmed with their other classes and had been putting off the project. They apologized and agreed to take on more responsibilities. The group then redivided the tasks, making sure everyone had a fair share of the work. In the end, the group worked well together and completed the project on time. Lily was glad that she had taken the initiative to address the problem early on. She learned that it's important to communicate openly and to tackle issues as they arise, rather than letting them fester. Story 7. Lily and the part-time job. Lily was looking for a way to earn some extra money while studying, so she decided to apply for a part-time job. After a few weeks of searching, she landed a position at a local cafe. It was a busy place, and Lily was excited to start. On her first day, Lily was trained by the manager, who showed her how to take orders, make coffee, and handle payments. The job seemed straightforward, but Lily soon realized that it was harder than she thought. The cafe was always busy, and there was a lot to remember. At first, Lily made a few mistakes. She accidentally gave a customer the wrong change and once made a coffee that wasn't quite right. Each time, she felt embarrassed and worried that she wasn't good enough for the job. But instead of giving up, Lily decided to learn from her mistakes. She started taking notes on everything she needed to remember and asked her coworkers for tips. She also practiced making coffee during her breaks. Slowly, she became more confident in her abilities. After a few weeks, Lily noticed that she was making fewer mistakes. She could handle the rush of customers with ease and even started to enjoy the fast-paced environment. Her manager noticed her improvement and praised her for her hard work. Lily learned that starting something new can be challenging, but with persistence and a willingness to learn, you can improve. She was proud of how far she had come and was glad that she had stuck with the job, even when it was tough. Story 8. Lily's time management skills. With her studies, part-time job, and social life, Lily found herself struggling to manage her time. She often felt overwhelmed, especially when she had multiple assignments due at the same time. She realized that she needed to get better at organizing her time if she wanted to stay on top of everything. Lily decided to try using a planner. She bought one and started writing down all her deadlines, work shifts, and social events. She also made a daily to-do list, prioritizing the most important tasks first. At first, it was hard to stick to her plan. There were days when she felt tired or unmotivated, and she was tempted to put off her work. But Lily reminded herself of her goals and how important it was to stay organized. Slowly, using the planner became a habit. Lily noticed that she was feeling less stressed. She wasn't forgetting deadlines anymore, and she had more time to relax because she wasn't rushing to finish things at the last minute. Her grades improved, and she even found time to pick up a new hobby, painting. Lily learned that good time management can make a big difference in your life. By planning ahead and staying organized, she was able to balance her responsibilities and still have time for the things she enjoyed. Story 9. Lily and the importance of exercise. Lily had always been an active person, but when she started university, she found it harder to keep up with her exercise routine. Between classes, studying, and her part-time job, she felt like she didn't have time to work out. But after a few months, she started to feel sluggish and noticed that she wasn't as energetic as she used to be. Lily decided it was time to make exercise a priority again. She started by going for a short run in the mornings before class. At first, it was tough to get up early, but she reminded herself of how good she felt after a workout. She also started going to a yoga class once a week to help with stress. After a few weeks, Lily noticed a big difference. She had more energy during the day and felt less stressed. She was also sleeping better at night. The exercise helped her clear her mind, which made it easier to focus on her studies. Lily learned that taking care of your body is just as important as taking care of your mind. Even with a busy schedule, finding time to exercise can make you feel better and improve your overall well-being. Story 10. Lily and the Difficult Decision. One day, Lily was faced with a difficult decision. She had been offered an internship at a well-known company, but it would require her to move to another city for 6 months. The internship was a great opportunity, but it would mean leaving her friends and family behind and taking a break from her studies. Lily was torn. On one hand, the internship could give her valuable experience and help her career. On the other hand, she didn't want to leave everything she knew behind. She talked to her parents and friends, who all gave her different advice. In the end, Lily decided to follow her heart. She knew that the internship was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and she didn't want to regret not taking it. She accepted the offer and started preparing for the move. The first few weeks in the new city were challenging. Lily missed her family and friends, and she found it hard to adjust to a new environment. But as time went on, she started to enjoy the experience. She made new friends, learned a lot at her internship, and gained confidence in herself. When the internship ended, Lily returned home with a sense of accomplishment. She was proud of herself for stepping out of her comfort zone and taking on a new challenge. She realized that sometimes you have to take risks to grow and achieve your goals. Story 11. Lily's Public Speaking Challenge. Lily had always been nervous about speaking in front of large groups. So when her professor announced that everyone in the class would have to give a presentation as part of their final grade, Lily felt her stomach drop. She knew that this was an important skill to develop, but the thought of standing in front of everyone made her anxious. Determined to overcome her fear, Lily decided to practice as much as possible. She started by writing out her presentation and then practicing it in front of the mirror. She also recorded herself speaking, so she could see where she needed to improve. Despite her nerves, Lily kept practicing. She asked her friends if she could practice in front of them, and they gave her helpful feedback. The more she practiced, the more confident she became. On the day of the presentation, Lily was still nervous, but she felt more prepared than ever before. As she began to speak, she focused on her breathing and tried to remember everything she had practiced. To her surprise, the presentation went smoothly. She even noticed a few classmates nodding in agreement as she spoke. When it was over, Lily felt a wave of relief and pride. She had faced her fear and succeeded. The professor praised her for her clear and confident delivery, and Lily realized that she had taken an important step in overcoming her fear of public speaking. Lily learned that with practice and determination, it's possible to overcome your fears. She knew that this experience would help her in the future, both in school and in her career. Story 12. Lily and the Importance of Listening. Lily was always good at giving advice to her friends, but one day she realized that she might not be as good at listening. Her friend Emma had been going through a tough time, and while Lily had offered plenty of advice, Emma still seemed upset. One evening, Emma invited Lily over to talk. Lily, ready to give more advice, quickly started telling Emma what she should do. But this time, Emma interrupted her. "Lily," she said, "I just need someone to listen." Lily was taken aback. She hadn't realized that what Emma needed most wasn't advice but a friend who would simply listen. Lily put aside her urge to talk and focused on truly listening to what Emma was saying. She gave her full attention, nodded when Emma spoke, and didn't interrupt. As Emma talked, Lily could see that just having someone to listen made a big difference. Emma seemed more relaxed and even started to come up with her own solutions. By the end of the evening, Emma thanked Lily for being there for her. Lily learned an important lesson that day. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for someone is to listen. She realized that being a good friend isn't just about offering advice, but also about being there when someone needs to talk. Story 13. Lily and the Art of Patience. Lily had always been someone who liked to get things done quickly. She didn't like waiting for results, and often found herself getting frustrated when things didn't happen as fast as she wanted. But one experience taught her the value of patience. Lily had signed up for an art class because she wanted to improve her painting skills. She was excited to start and had high expectations for herself. But when the class began, Lily realized that painting wasn't as easy as she thought. Her first few attempts didn't turn out the way she had hoped, and she started to feel discouraged. Her art teacher noticed Lily's frustration and gave her some advice. "Art takes time," the teacher said. "You have to be patient with yourself and the process. The more you practice, the better you'll get, but it won't happen overnight." Lily took the teacher's words to heart. Instead of rushing through her paintings, she started to slow down and enjoy the process. She practiced regularly, and little by little, her skills improved. She learned to appreciate the small progress she made each day. By the end of the course, Lily had created a painting she was proud of. It wasn't perfect, but it was a reflection of the time and effort she had put into it. She realized that patience had helped her achieve her goal, and she knew that this lesson would apply to other areas of her life as well. Story 14. Lily and the Teamwork Experience. Lily had always been an independent worker. She liked doing things on her own because she could control the outcome. But when she was assigned to a group project that required teamwork, she knew she would have to adjust. The project involved creating a marketing campaign for a new product. Each member of the team had different skills, and Lily was responsible for the graphic design. At first, Lily tried to do most of the work herself, but she quickly realized that the project was too big for one person. Reluctantly, Lily started to rely on her teammates. She shared her ideas and asked for their input. To her surprise, their feedback made the project even better. One teammate suggested a slogan that perfectly matched Lily's design, while another came up with a social media strategy that tied everything together. As they worked together, Lily saw how much stronger their project was because of everyone's contributions. She learned that teamwork wasn't just about dividing the work, but about collaborating and building on each other's strengths. When they presented their campaign to the class, it was a huge success. The professor praised them for their creativity and collaboration. Lily realized that working together had led to a result that was better than anything she could have done on her own. Lily learned that teamwork is an important skill, and that sometimes working with others can lead to greater success than working alone. Story 15. Lily and the Lesson of Gratitude. Lily was always busy with her studies, job, and social life. She often felt overwhelmed by everything she had to do and sometimes forgot to appreciate the good things in her life. One day, after a particularly stressful week, Lily's friend Maria invited her to a gratitude workshop. At first, Lily wasn't sure what to expect. The workshop involved writing down things they were grateful for each day. The instructor explained that focusing on gratitude could help them feel more positive and reduce stress. Lily decided to give it a try. Each evening, she wrote down 3 things she was grateful for. At first, it was hard to think of anything beyond the obvious, like her family and friends. But as the days went by, Lily started to notice the small things that made her happy: a kind word from a stranger, a sunny day, or a good cup of coffee. To her surprise, Lily began to feel less stressed. She realized that even on tough days, there were still things to be grateful for. This simple practice of gratitude helped her shift her focus from what was wrong to what was right in her life. Lily learned that gratitude is a powerful tool for maintaining a positive outlook. By focusing on the good things, she felt happier and more content, even when life was challenging. Story 16. Lily and the Importance of Self-Care. Lily had always been someone who pushed herself to do her best. She juggled school, work, and social activities, but over time she started to feel exhausted. She realized that she wasn't taking care of herself the way she should. One day, after a particularly long week, Lily felt completely drained. She had a headache, couldn't focus, and felt irritable. Her friend Anna noticed and suggested that Lily take a day off to rest and recharge. At first, Lily resisted the idea. She felt like she didn't have time to take a break. But as the day went on, she realized that she couldn't keep going at this pace. She decided to take Anna's advice and spend the weekend focusing on self-care. Lily spent the weekend doing things that made her feel good. She slept in, took long walks, read a book she'd been meaning to finish, and even treated herself to a spa day. By the end of the weekend, she felt refreshed and ready to tackle her responsibilities again. Lily learned that self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Taking time to rest and recharge helped her feel better physically and mentally. She realized that by taking care of herself, she could be more productive and happier in the long run. Story 17. Lily and the Power of Persistence. Lily had always dreamed of running a marathon. She admired the dedication and perseverance it took to complete such a long race. One day, she decided to turn her dream into reality and signed up for a marathon that was 6 months away. Lily started training right away. At first, running long distances was hard. Her legs ached, she was out of breath, and sometimes she felt like giving up. But Lily was determined to reach her goal. She kept training, even when it was tough. As the weeks went by, Lily noticed that she was getting stronger. She could run longer distances without feeling as tired, and her confidence began to grow. But there were still days when she struggled, especially when the weather was bad or when she was tired from school and work. One day, Lily hit a wall during her training. She felt like she couldn't run another step and started to doubt whether she could finish the marathon. But she remembered why she had started and how far she had come. She decided to push through and keep going. On the day of the marathon, Lily was nervous but excited. She had trained hard for this moment. The race was long and challenging, but Lily kept going, one step at a time. When she finally crossed the finish line, she felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. Lily learned that persistence is key to achieving your goals. Even when things are tough, if you keep pushing forward, you can accomplish great things. Completing the marathon showed Lily that she was capable of more than she had ever imagined. Story 18. Lily and the Value of Friendship. Lily had always been independent, but she knew that having good friends made life richer. She had a close group of friends, and they had always supported each other through thick and thin. But one day, a disagreement arose within the group, and tensions started to build. The argument was about something small, but it quickly escalated. Lily and her friends found themselves taking sides, and before long, they were barely speaking to each other. Lily felt sad and frustrated. She didn't want to lose her friends over something so trivial. After a few days, Lily decided that enough was enough. She reached out to each of her friends and suggested they all meet to talk things through. At first, some were hesitant, but eventually, everyone agreed. During the meeting, Lily encouraged everyone to speak openly about their feelings. It wasn't easy, but as they talked, they realized that the argument had been blown out of proportion. They missed each other's company and didn't want the disagreement to ruin their friendship. By the end of the meeting, they had resolved the issue and apologized to each other. They realized that their friendship was too important to let a small disagreement come between them. They promised to communicate better in the future and not let misunderstandings drive them apart. Lily learned that friendships require effort and communication. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but it's important to work through them and not let them destroy the bonds you've built. Story 19. Lily and the Importance of Saying No. Lily was always eager to help others. She loved being there for her friends and family, but sometimes she found it hard to say no. This often led to her feeling overwhelmed and stretched too thin. One day, Lily found herself in a situation where she had agreed to help a friend move, volunteer at a charity event, and finish a big project for school, all on the same weekend. As the weekend approached, she realized that she had taken on too much and felt stressed out. Lily didn't want to let anyone down, but she knew she couldn't do everything. She decided to be honest with her friend and explained that she wouldn't be able to help with the move because of her other commitments. She also called the charity and let them know that she had to focus on her school project. At first, Lily felt guilty for saying no, but to her surprise, both her friend and the charity understood. They appreciated her honesty and didn't hold it against her. Lily was relieved and realized that by saying no, she was able to focus on what was most important. Lily learned that it's okay to say no sometimes. You can't do everything, and it's important to set boundaries to avoid burnout. By being honest with herself and others, Lily was able to manage her time better and take care of her own needs. Story 20. Lily and the Lesson of Humility. Lily had always been a top student. She prided herself on her grades and was used to doing well in school. But one semester, she took a particularly challenging course in advanced mathematics, and things didn't go as smoothly as she had hoped. Lily struggled with the material and found herself falling behind. For the first time, she wasn't getting the grades she was used to, and it affected her confidence. She was embarrassed and didn't want to ask for help because she was worried about what others might think. But as the semester went on, Lily realized that she couldn't do it alone. She swallowed her pride and went to her professor for help. The professor was kind and understanding. He explained the concepts in a way that made more sense to Lily, and even offered extra tutoring sessions. Lily also formed a study group with some of her classmates. Working together, they helped each other understand the material better. Slowly but surely, Lily's grades started to improve. By the end of the semester, Lily had learned a valuable lesson in humility. She realized that it's okay to ask for help, and that needing help doesn't make you any less capable. She was grateful for the support she had received and knew that she had grown stronger because of it. Story 21. Lily and the Lesson of Resilience. Lily had always been a positive person, but one year, things seemed to go wrong all at once. Her grades were slipping, her part-time job was stressful, and she had a falling out with a close friend. Lily felt overwhelmed and started to lose her usual optimism. One day, after a particularly tough day, Lily's mother noticed how down she was. She sat down with Lily and shared some advice that had helped her through difficult times. "Life will throw challenges at you," she said, "but it's how you respond that matters. You have to be resilient." Lily thought about her mother's words. She realized that while she couldn't control everything that was happening, she could control how she reacted. Instead of letting the setbacks get her down, Lily decided to focus on what she could do to improve her situation. She started by setting small, achievable goals. She worked on her grades by dedicating extra time to studying. She talked to her manager at work about reducing her hours, and she reached out to her friend to try to mend their relationship. Slowly, things began to improve. Her grades picked up, her job became more manageable, and her friend was open to talking things through. Through it all, Lily realized that her mother was right. Resilience was key to overcoming challenges. Lily learned that life will have its ups and downs, but staying strong and finding ways to move forward makes all the difference. She knew that this lesson in resilience would help her face future challenges with more confidence. Story 22. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always been a positive person, but she didn't realize how much of an impact her attitude could have on others until she joined a new study group. The group was struggling to stay motivated, and the mood was often tense, with members feeling overwhelmed by the workload. Lily noticed the negativity and decided to do something about it. She started by encouraging her group members whenever they did something well, no matter how small. She also tried to keep the atmosphere light by sharing funny stories and looking for the silver lining in challenging situations. At first, the group didn't seem to notice, but over time, Lily's positivity began to spread. The group members started to encourage each other more, and the mood in their study sessions became more relaxed and productive. They even began to look forward to their meetings. As the semester went on, the group members found that they were not only doing better in their studies, but also enjoying the process more. When the semester ended, they all thanked Lily for bringing such a positive energy to the group. Lily learned that positivity is contagious, and that a positive attitude can change the way you and others experience challenges. She was proud that she had been able to make a difference, and she knew she would continue to bring positivity into all aspects of her life. Story 23. Lily and the Joy of Giving Back. Lily had always wanted to do something meaningful for her community. So when she heard about a local charity event to raise money for a children's hospital, she signed up to volunteer. The event was a marathon, and volunteers were needed to help with everything from setting up to cheering on the runners. On the day of the event, Lily arrived early and was assigned to a water station along the marathon route. Her job was to hand out water to the runners and cheer them on as they passed. It was a hot day and the runners were exhausted, but Lily made sure to smile and offer words of encouragement to each one. As the marathon continued, Lily noticed how grateful the runners were for the support. Some of them even stopped to thank her personally. Seeing the difference she was making, even in a small way, filled Lily with a sense of joy and fulfillment. At the end of the day, when the event was over, Lily felt tired but happy. She had worked hard, but knowing that she had contributed to a good cause made it all worth it. The event raised a significant amount of money for the hospital, and Lily was proud to have been a part of it. Lily learned that giving back to others can bring a deep sense of satisfaction and joy. She realized that by volunteering her time and energy, she could make a positive impact on her community, and she knew she would continue to look for ways to give back in the future. Story 24. Lily and the New Hobby. Lily had always been curious about learning to play a musical instrument, but she never had the time or opportunity to try. One summer, she decided to take the plunge and signed up for guitar lessons. She was excited, but also nervous, as she had never played an instrument before. The first few lessons were challenging. Lily struggled to get her fingers to move the right way, and the chords sounded strange and awkward. There were moments when she felt frustrated and wondered if she would ever get the hang of it. But Lily was determined. She practiced every day, even when it was difficult. Slowly but surely, she started to improve. The chords began to sound clearer, and she could play simple songs. Each small success motivated her to keep going. By the end of the summer, Lily could play a few of her favorite songs on the guitar. She felt a great sense of accomplishment and was proud of herself for sticking with it, even when it was tough. Learning the guitar had not only given her a new skill, but also taught her the value of persistence and patience. Lily learned that trying something new can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. She realized that it's never too late to learn something new, and the effort you put into learning will pay off in the end. Story 25. Lily and the Lesson of Balance. Lily had always been a hard worker, often pushing herself to the limit to achieve her goals. But one semester, she found herself feeling increasingly stressed and burned out. Between her classes, job, and social commitments, she felt like she was constantly running on empty. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, Lily's friends suggested that she needed to find more balance in her life. "You can't keep going like this," her friends said. "You need to take care of yourself too." Lily realized that her friend was right. She had been so focused on her responsibilities that she had neglected her own well-being. She decided to make some changes. She started by scheduling regular breaks into her day, making sure to take time for herself, even if it was just a few minutes to relax or take a walk. She also made an effort to prioritize her time better. Instead of trying to do everything at once, she focused on the most important tasks and gave herself permission to say no to things that weren't as important. As Lily started to find more balance in her life, she noticed that she felt less stressed and more energized. She was still working hard, but she was also taking care of herself, which made all the difference. Lily learned that balance is essential to a healthy and fulfilling life. By taking the time to care for herself, she was able to perform better in all areas of her life and enjoy the process more. Story 26. Lily and the Art of Letting Go. Lily had always been a perfectionist. She liked things to be just right and often found herself stressing over small details. But one day, she faced a situation that taught her the importance of letting go. Lily was working on a group project with a tight deadline. She wanted everything to be perfect, but as the deadline approached, it became clear that there wasn't enough time to make everything exactly as she wanted. Lily felt anxious and frustrated, but she knew that she had to let go of her perfectionism to get the project done on time. She took a deep breath and reminded herself that it was okay if everything wasn't perfect. The most important thing was to complete the project and do her best with the time she had. Lily focused on the big picture and worked with her team to finish the project by the deadline. When they presented the project, it wasn't perfect, but it was still well received. Lily realized that sometimes letting go of perfectionism is necessary to get things done and to move forward. She learned that doing your best is often more important than trying to achieve perfection. Lily discovered that letting go of perfectionism can reduce stress and allow you to enjoy the process more. She knew that this lesson would help her in many areas of her life. Story 27. Lily and the Power of Compassion. Lily had always been a kind person, but one experience taught her the true power of compassion. One day, while walking home from class, she saw a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk with a sign that read, "Please help." At first, Lily walked past, but something made her stop. She thought about how difficult life must be for him and how a small act of kindness could make a big difference. She turned back, bought a sandwich from a nearby cafe, and gave it to the man along with a warm smile. The man looked up at her with gratitude in his eyes. He thanked her sincerely, and Lily could see how much the small gesture meant to him. As she walked away, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment and realized that compassion could have a powerful impact on others. From that day on, Lily made a conscious effort to show compassion in her daily life, whether it was through small acts of kindness or simply being there for someone in need. She learned that compassion not only helps others, but also enriches your own life. Lily discovered that compassion has the power to bring people together and make the world a better place. She knew that this was a value she wanted to carry with her throughout her life. Story 28. Lily and the Importance of Forgiveness. Lily had always believed in being fair, but one day, she found herself in a situation where she needed to practice forgiveness. She had a close friend, Rachel, who accidentally broke something very important to her, a necklace that had been a gift from her grandmother. Lily was heartbroken and angry. The necklace had a lot of sentimental value, and she couldn't believe that Rachel had been so careless. At first, she didn't want to speak to Rachel and even considered ending their friendship. But as the days passed, Lily started to think about the situation differently. She realized that Rachel hadn't meant to break the necklace and that holding on to her anger wasn't helping anyone. She missed her friend and knew that their friendship was more important than the necklace. Lily decided to forgive Rachel. She called her and told her how she felt, and Rachel was deeply sorry. They talked it through, and Lily realized that forgiveness had lifted a weight off her shoulders. She felt relieved and was glad that she had chosen to mend their friendship. Lily learned that forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing and moving forward. She realized that holding on to anger only hurts yourself, and that forgiveness can bring peace and strengthen relationships. Story 29. Lily and the Joy of Creativity. Lily had always enjoyed creative activities, but she hadn't had much time for them since starting university. One day, she found herself with a free afternoon and decided to pull out her old art supplies. She hadn't painted in years, but she missed the feeling of creating something from scratch. Lily set up her canvas and started painting. At first, she was a little rusty, but soon she got into the flow. She lost track of time as she mixed colors and experimented with different techniques. By the end of the afternoon, she had created a beautiful piece of art that she was proud of. The experience reminded Lily of how much joy creativity brought into her life. She realized that it wasn't just about the final product, but about the process of expressing herself and letting her imagination run free. From that day on, Lily made time for creative activities, whether it was painting, writing, or trying something new. She found that these activities helped her relax and brought a sense of balance to her life. Lily learned that creativity is an important part of life and that making time for it can bring joy and fulfillment. She realized that creativity wasn't just a hobby, but a way to nourish her soul. Story 30. Lily and the Lesson of Patience. Lily had always been someone who liked to see quick results, whether it was in her studies, work, or personal projects. But one experience taught her the value of patience. Lily had planted a small garden in her backyard. She was excited to see the flowers bloom and the vegetables grow. But as the days passed, nothing seemed to be happening. Lily watered the plants and made sure they had enough sunlight, but she felt frustrated by how slowly things were progressing. She considered giving up, but her neighbor, an experienced gardener, gave her some advice. "Gardening teaches you patience," the neighbor said. "The plants are growing, even if you can't see it right away. You just have to give them time." Lily decided to stick with it. She continued to care for her garden and tried to be patient. Slowly but surely, the plants began to grow. Tiny sprouts appeared, then leaves, and eventually flowers and vegetables. The sight of her garden in full bloom filled Lily with a deep sense of satisfaction. Lily learned that patience is essential for growth, not just in gardening, but in life. She realized that some things take time, and the results are often worth the wait. This lesson in patience helped her approach other areas of her life with a more relaxed and understanding attitude. Story 31. Lily and the value of humility. Lily had always been proud of her achievements, especially in academics. She was often praised by her teachers and peers, which made her feel confident in her abilities. However, one day she faced a challenge that reminded her of the importance of humility. Lily had signed up for a debate competition. She was confident in her speaking skills and believed she could win. But during the competition, she faced a very skilled opponent who was well prepared and articulate. Despite her best efforts, Lily struggled to keep up and ultimately lost the debate. Losing was a humbling experience for Lily. At first, she felt embarrassed and disappointed in herself. But as she reflected on the experience, she realized that losing didn't make her any less capable. Instead, it was an opportunity to learn and grow. Lily decided to approach her opponent after the competition and congratulated them on their win. They had a friendly conversation, and Lily learned some valuable tips and techniques that she could use in the future. This experience taught Lily the value of humility. She realized that no matter how skilled or knowledgeable you are, there's always room for improvement and learning from others. Humility, she learned, is key to personal growth and building positive relationships. Story 32. Lily and the importance of adaptability. Lily had always been someone who liked to plan things out. She found comfort in knowing what to expect and how to prepare for it. But one day, she encountered a situation that forced her to adapt quickly. Lily had been looking forward to a weekend hiking trip with her friends. They had planned every detail, from the route they would take to the meals they would prepare. However, on the day of the trip, the weather took a turn for the worse. It started raining heavily, and the trails became too dangerous to hike. At first, Lily was disappointed. She had been so excited for the trip, and now it seemed like all their plans were ruined. But instead of letting the situation get her down, Lily decided to adapt. She suggested that they find an indoor activity to do together instead. The group quickly came up with a new plan. They decided to visit a nearby museum, followed by a cozy afternoon of board games and hot chocolate at a friend's house. The day turned out to be just as fun and memorable as the hiking trip would have been. Lily learned that adaptability is an important skill. Life doesn't always go according to plan, but being flexible and open to change can lead to new and unexpected experiences. She realized that sometimes the best moments happen when you least expect them. Story 33. Lily and the lesson of self-reflection. Lily had always been a busy person, juggling multiple responsibilities at once. But one day, after a particularly hectic week, she found herself feeling exhausted and disconnected from herself. She realized that she hadn't taken the time to reflect on her actions and feelings in a long time. Lily decided to set aside some quiet time for self-reflection. She found a peaceful spot in a nearby park, brought a journal, and started writing down her thoughts and experiences from the past few weeks. As she wrote, she began to see patterns in her behavior and emotions that she hadn't noticed before. Through self-reflection, Lily realized that she had been pushing herself too hard and neglecting her own needs. She also recognized areas in her life where she could improve, such as managing her time better and being more mindful of her stress levels. This practice of self-reflection helped Lily gain a deeper understanding of herself. She felt more centered and aware of her strengths and weaknesses. It also gave her a sense of clarity and direction for the future. Lily learned that self-reflection is an essential part of personal growth. Taking the time to pause and look inward allowed her to make more informed decisions and take better care of herself. She knew that self-reflection would become a regular part of her routine. Story 34. Lily and the Power of Gratitude. Lily had always been grateful for the good things in her life, but she realized that she often took them for granted. One day, she decided to start a gratitude journal to help her focus more on the positive aspects of her life. Each night before bed, Lily would write down 3 things she was grateful for that day. At first, it was easy to list the big things: her family, her friends, and her health. But as she continued the practice, she began to notice and appreciate the smaller things in her life as well. Lily started to feel more positive and content as she focused on the good things in her life. She realized that even on tough days, there were still things to be grateful for. This practice of gratitude helped her shift her perspective and find joy in the little things. Over time, Lily noticed that her overall mood and outlook on life improved. She felt happier and more at peace, even when faced with challenges. She also found that expressing gratitude to others strengthened her relationships and made her feel more connected to those around her. Lily learned that gratitude has the power to transform your life. By focusing on what you're thankful for, you can cultivate a more positive and fulfilling mindset. She knew that gratitude would continue to play a central role in her life. Story 35. Lily and the Lesson of Responsibility. Lily had always been responsible, but one experience made her realize just how important it was to take responsibility for her actions. She had been working on a group project with her classmates, and everyone had specific tasks to complete. Lily was responsible for putting together the final presentation. However, due to a misunderstanding, she didn't realize that one of her teammates hadn't completed their part. On the day of the presentation, it became clear that something was missing, and the group's work suffered as a result. At first, Lily was upset and wanted to blame her teammate for not finishing their work. But as she thought about it, she realized that she also had a role to play. She hadn't checked in with her teammate to make sure everything was on track, and she hadn't taken the initiative to review the entire project before the deadline. Lily decided to take responsibility for her part in the situation. She apologized to her group and explained what had happened. They were understanding, and together they worked on a solution to improve their presentation for the next round. This experience taught Lily the importance of taking responsibility for her actions, even when things go wrong. She realized that by owning up to her mistakes and learning from them, she could become a better teammate and leader. Lily learned that responsibility is key to personal and professional growth. It's not just about completing tasks, but also about being accountable for your actions and their impact on others. Story 36. Lily and the Value of Persistence. Lily had always been determined, but one challenge tested her persistence like never before. She had decided to learn a new language, something she had always wanted to do. She chose to study Spanish and signed up for a class. At first, the lessons were exciting and fun, but as the weeks went on, the material became more difficult, and Lily found herself struggling with the grammar and vocabulary. She started to feel discouraged and wondered if she would ever be able to speak the language fluently. There were times when Lily thought about giving up, but she reminded herself why she had started. She knew that learning a new language would open up new opportunities and allow her to connect with more people. Lily decided to stick with it. She practiced every day, even when it was hard, and sought out additional resources to help her learn. She watched Spanish movies, listened to Spanish music, and even tried speaking with native speakers. Slowly but surely, Lily began to improve. She could hold basic conversations and understood more of what she heard. The progress was slow, but it was there, and that motivated her to keep going. Lily learned that persistence is essential when pursuing a long-term goal. Even when progress seems slow, it's important to keep moving forward. She was proud of herself for not giving up and knew that her persistence would pay off in the end. Story 37. Lily and the Joy of Learning. Lily had always enjoyed learning new things, but one day she discovered just how much joy it could bring into her life. She had recently started reading a book about a subject she knew little about: astronomy. She was fascinated by the stars, planets, and the vastness of the universe. As she read more, Lily found herself completely absorbed in the material. She began watching documentaries and attending lectures on astronomy whenever she could. The more she learned, the more she wanted to know. Lily realized that learning wasn't just about gaining knowledge. It was about the excitement and curiosity that came with discovering something new. She felt a sense of wonder every time she learned something new about the universe, and it made her feel connected to the world in a way she hadn't before. This newfound passion for astronomy also sparked her interest in other subjects. She started exploring topics she had never considered before, from art history to philosophy. The joy of learning became a central part of her life. Lily learned that learning is a lifelong journey, and the more you explore, the more you discover about yourself and the world around you. She realized that the joy of learning was something she wanted to nurture and carry with her throughout her life. Story 38. Lily and the importance of boundaries. Lily had always been someone who liked to help others, but one day she realized that she needed to set boundaries to protect her own well-being. She had a friend, Amy, who often asked for favors, whether it was helping with assignments, running errands, or just being there to listen. Lily didn't mind helping Amy, but over time she started to feel overwhelmed. Amy's requests became more frequent, and Lily found herself with less time for her own responsibilities and self-care. She didn't want to let Amy down, but she also knew that she couldn't keep up this pace. One evening, after a long day of helping Amy with another task, Lily felt exhausted and realized that she needed to set some boundaries. She decided to have an honest conversation with Amy. She explained that while she valued their friendship, she needed to take care of herself and couldn't always be available to help. To Lily's relief, Amy was understanding. She hadn't realized how much she was asking of Lily and apologized for not being more considerate. They agreed to be more mindful of each other's time and needs in the future. Lily learned that setting boundaries is important for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being. She realized that it's okay to say no sometimes, and that taking care of yourself is essential to being able to help others. Story 39. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always believed in the power of positivity, but one day she saw its impact in action. She was part of a study group that was struggling with a difficult project. The group members were feeling discouraged, and the mood was tense. Lily noticed that the negativity was affecting everyone's productivity and motivation. She decided to try and shift the group's mindset by focusing on the positive aspects of the project. She started by pointing out what they had already accomplished and how much closer they were to finishing. She also encouraged the group to take breaks and share positive affirmations before diving back into the work. Slowly but surely, the group's mood began to improve. They started to feel more optimistic and motivated to tackle the remaining challenges. By the time the project was completed, the group members were not only relieved, but also proud of what they had achieved. They realized that Lily's positivity had played a big role in keeping them on track and maintaining their focus. Lily learned that positivity can have a powerful impact on those around you. She realized that by choosing to focus on the positive, you can inspire and uplift others, even in difficult situations. Story 40. Lily and the Lesson of Empathy. Lily had always been a compassionate person, but one experience taught her the true meaning of empathy. She had a friend, Sarah, who was going through a difficult time. Sarah had recently lost a loved one and was struggling to cope with the grief. At first, Lily wasn't sure how to help. She wanted to say the right things and make Sarah feel better, but she quickly realized that there were no words that could take away the pain. Instead, Lily decided to simply be there for Sarah, offering a listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. Lily spent time with Sarah, letting her talk about her feelings and memories of her loved one. She didn't try to offer solutions or tell Sarah how to feel. She just listened and provided comfort. Over time, Lily noticed that Sarah began to open up more and seemed to find some solace in sharing her thoughts and emotions. Through this experience, Lily learned that empathy is about truly understanding and sharing in someone else's feelings. It's about being present and supportive even when you can't fix the problem. She realized that sometimes the most important thing you can do is simply be there for someone who is hurting. Lily learned that empathy is a powerful tool for building deep, meaningful connections with others. She knew that this experience had taught her an important lesson in how to be a better friend and human being. Story 41. Lily and the Art of Delegation. Lily had always been someone who liked to take charge of tasks, but one day she found herself overwhelmed with responsibilities. She was working on a major project at work, planning a family event, and volunteering for a community organization, all at the same time. As the deadlines approached, Lily realized that she couldn't do everything on her own. She was exhausted and stressed, and she knew that if she didn't ask for help, she wouldn't be able to complete everything to the best of her ability. Lily decided to delegate some of her tasks. She reached out to her coworkers, family members, and fellow volunteers, asking if they could take on certain responsibilities. To her surprise, they were more than willing to help. By delegating tasks, Lily was able to focus on the most important aspects of each project and complete them more effectively. She also realized that by involving others, she was fostering teamwork and collaboration, which led to better outcomes overall. Lily learned that delegation is an essential skill, especially when managing multiple responsibilities. She realized that it's okay to ask for help and that doing so can lead to more successful and less stressful outcomes. Story 42. Lily and the Value of Self-Compassion. Lily had always been her own toughest critic. She held herself to high standards and often felt disappointed when she didn't meet them. But one day, after a particularly tough week, she realized that she needed to be kinder to herself. Lily had made a mistake at work which led to a minor setback in a project. She felt guilty and kept replaying the situation in her mind, wondering what she could have done differently. This self-criticism started to affect her mood and confidence. A friend noticed how down Lily was and suggested that she practice self-compassion. "You're only human," her friend said. "It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is how you learn from them." Lily decided to give it a try. She took some time to reflect on the situation, acknowledging her feelings without judgment. She reminded herself that everyone makes mistakes and that this was an opportunity to learn and grow. She also made a list of things she had done well in the past week to balance out her negative thoughts. To Lily's surprise, practicing self-compassion helped her feel more at peace. She realized that being kind to herself didn't mean lowering her standards. It meant treating herself with the same understanding and care she would offer a friend. Lily learned that self-compassion is an important part of maintaining mental and emotional well-being. She realized that by being kinder to herself, she could build resilience and continue striving for her goals without unnecessary stress or self-doubt. Story 43. Lily and the Lesson of Authenticity. Lily had always prided herself on being true to herself, but one day, she found herself in a situation where she felt pressured to conform to others' expectations. She was invited to a social event where most of the attendees were people she didn't know well. As the evening progressed, Lily noticed that the conversation topics and opinions being shared were different from her own views and interests. She felt tempted to go along with the crowd to fit in, but something didn't feel right. Lily decided to be authentic and share her true thoughts and feelings, even if they differed from the majority. She expressed her opinions respectfully and confidently, knowing that staying true to herself was more important than trying to please others. To her surprise, a few people in the group appreciated her honesty and started engaging with her more meaningfully. They valued her perspective and even shared their own experiences, leading to deeper and more genuine conversations. Lily learned that authenticity is essential for building real connections with others. She realized that by being true to herself, she attracted people who appreciated her for who she was, and she felt more confident and at peace with herself. Story 44. Lily and the Importance of Time Management. Lily had always been good at juggling multiple responsibilities, but one semester she found herself struggling to keep up with her coursework, part-time job, and social commitments. She felt like there weren't enough hours in the day to get everything done. Realizing that something needed to change, Lily decided to take a closer look at how she was managing her time. She noticed that she often got distracted by social media, spent too much time on unimportant tasks, and didn't have a clear plan for her day. Lily decided to create a time management plan. She started by making a list of all her responsibilities and then prioritized them based on importance and deadlines. She also set specific time blocks for each task and included breaks to avoid burnout. By sticking to her plan, Lily noticed a significant improvement in her productivity. She was able to complete her assignments on time, balance her job, and still have time for social activities. She also felt less stressed and more in control of her schedule. Lily learned that effective time management is key to achieving your goals and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. She realized that by being more intentional with her time, she could accomplish more and enjoy her life more fully. Story 45. Lily and the Power of Active Listening. Lily had always considered herself a good listener, but one experience made her realize the importance of truly listening to others. She was having a conversation with a friend who was going through a difficult time, but she noticed that she was only half listening while thinking about her own problems. Her friend sensed that Lily wasn't fully engaged and seemed hurt. This made Lily feel guilty, and she decided to make a conscious effort to be a better listener. The next time they talked, Lily focused on giving her full attention to her friend, making eye contact and really hearing what was being said. Lily noticed that when she actively listened, her friend felt more understood and supported. The conversation became more meaningful, and her friend appreciated the effort Lily was making to be present. Through this experience, Lily learned that active listening is an essential part of communication and building strong relationships. She realized that by truly listening to others, she could show them that they mattered and that their feelings were important. Story 46. Lily and the Joy of Helping Others. Lily had always enjoyed helping others, but one day she discovered just how much joy it could bring into her life. She was volunteering at a local food bank, helping to distribute meals to those in need. As she worked, Lily noticed an elderly woman who seemed particularly grateful for the help. The woman shared her story with Lily, explaining how difficult it had been to make ends meet and how much the food bank meant to her. Hearing the woman's story touched Lily deeply. She realized that her small act of kindness was making a big difference in someone's life. This gave her a sense of purpose and fulfillment that she hadn't felt before. Lily continued to volunteer regularly, finding that the joy of helping others was one of the most rewarding experiences in her life. She learned that by giving her time and energy to those in need, she could make a positive impact on her community and feel more connected to the world around her. Story 47. Lily and the Lesson of Perseverance. Lily had always been determined, but one experience tested her perseverance like never before. She had signed up for a half marathon, something she had always wanted to do. She trained hard, but on the day of the race, she faced unexpected challenges. Halfway through the race, Lily began to feel exhausted. Her legs were heavy, and she was struggling to keep up with her usual pace. She started to doubt whether she could finish the race, and the thought of quitting crossed her mind. But Lily remembered why she had started and how much effort she had put into her training. She decided to push through the pain and keep going, even if it meant slowing down. She focused on taking one step at a time, telling herself that she could do it. As she approached the finish line, Lily felt a surge of energy. The cheers from the crowd and the sight of the finish line gave her the motivation to keep going. When she crossed the finish line, she felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. Lily learned that perseverance is key to achieving your goals. Even when things get tough, it's important to keep moving forward and not give up. She was proud of herself for completing the race and knew that this lesson in perseverance would help her in other areas of her life. Story 48. Lily and the Value of Quiet Time. Lily had always been a social person, enjoying the company of friends and the hustle and bustle of daily life. But one day she realized that she needed some quiet time to recharge and reflect. After a particularly busy week, Lily felt drained and overwhelmed. She decided to spend a day by herself, away from the noise and distractions of the world. She took a long walk in the park, spent time reading, and enjoyed a quiet evening at home. During this time, Lily found herself feeling more relaxed and at peace. She realized that quiet time was essential for her well-being, allowing her to clear her mind and recharge her energy. Lily learned that it's important to take time for yourself, even if it means stepping away from your usual routine. Quiet time can help you reconnect with yourself and find balance in your life. She knew that she would make quiet time a regular part of her self-care routine. Story 49. Lily and the Power of Saying No. Lily had always been someone who liked to help others, but she often found it hard to say no. This sometimes led to her feeling overwhelmed and stretched too thin. One day, after agreeing to take on yet another task at work, Lily realized that she was running out of time to complete her own responsibilities. She felt stressed and anxious, knowing that she couldn't do everything she had committed to. Lily decided to have a conversation with her manager and explain that she needed to focus on her primary responsibilities. To her surprise, her manager was understanding and reassigned the extra task to someone else. This experience taught Lily that it's okay to say no sometimes. By setting boundaries and prioritizing her own needs, she was able to manage her workload more effectively and reduce her stress. Lily learned that saying no isn't a sign of weakness or selfishness. It's a way to protect your well-being and ensure that you can do your best in the areas that matter most. She realized that by saying no when necessary, she could create a healthier and more balanced life. Story 50. Lily and the Importance of Reflection. Lily had always been a busy person, constantly moving from one task to the next. But one day, she realized that she hadn't taken the time to reflect on her actions and experiences in a long time. She decided to set aside some time each week to reflect on her thoughts and feelings. She found a quiet spot in her home, brought out her journal, and started writing about her experiences from the past week. As she wrote, Lily began to see patterns in her behavior and emotions that she hadn't noticed before. She realized that she had been neglecting certain aspects of her life, such as her relationships and self-care, in favor of her work and responsibilities. Through reflection, Lily gained a deeper understanding of herself and her priorities. She felt more centered and aware of her strengths and weaknesses, which helped her make more informed decisions in the future. Lily learned that reflection is an essential part of personal growth. By taking the time to look inward, she was able to gain clarity and direction for her life. She knew that reflection would become a regular part of her routine, helping her stay grounded and focused on what truly mattered. Story 51. Lily and the Art of Negotiation. Lily had always been a fair person, but one day she found herself in a situation where she needed to negotiate for something she really wanted. She had been working at her part-time job for over a year and felt that she deserved a raise for her hard work and dedication. However, Lily was nervous about asking for a raise. She wasn't sure how to approach the conversation or how her boss would react. But she knew that if she didn't ask, she would never know what was possible. Lily decided to prepare for the negotiation. She researched what similar jobs in her area were paying, wrote down her achievements at work, and practiced what she wanted to say. When she finally met with her boss, she calmly and confidently explained why she believed she deserved a raise. To Lily's relief, her boss was open to the conversation. They discussed her request, and after some back and forth, they agreed on a fair increase in her salary. Lily felt proud of herself for standing up for what she believed she deserved. Lily learned that negotiation is a valuable skill that can help you advocate for yourself. She realized that with preparation and confidence, you can achieve your goals and build a more fulfilling career. Story 52. Lily and the Power of Gratitude. Lily had always been grateful for the good things in her life. But one day, she decided to focus more on expressing her gratitude to others. She realized that while she often felt thankful, she didn't always take the time to let people know how much she appreciated them. Lily started by writing thank you notes to her friends and family. She expressed her gratitude for their support, kindness, and presence in her life. She also made an effort to thank her coworkers and classmates whenever they helped her or did something kind. To her surprise, these small acts of gratitude had a big impact. The people in Lily's life were touched by her words and gestures. and they often responded with kindness and appreciation in return. Lily found that expressing gratitude not only strengthened her relationships, but also made her feel happier and more connected to others. Lily learned that gratitude is a powerful way to spread positivity and build stronger connections with those around you. She realized that by taking the time to express her thanks, she could create a ripple effect of kindness and appreciation in her life. Story 53. Lily and the Importance of Work-Life Balance. Lily had always been dedicated to her studies and work, often putting in long hours to achieve her goals. However, one day she realized that she was neglecting other important aspects of her life, such as her relationships and personal well-being. After a particularly stressful week, Lily decided to take a step back and reassess her priorities. She realized that while her work was important, it wasn't the only thing that mattered. She needed to find a better balance between her work and personal life. Lily started by setting boundaries for herself. She made sure to take regular breaks, spend time with loved ones, and engage in activities that brought her joy and relaxation. She also learned to say no to additional responsibilities when she felt overwhelmed. As Lily focused on creating a healthier work-life balance, she noticed a positive change in her mood and energy levels. She felt more fulfilled and less stressed, and she was able to enjoy her life more fully. Lily learned that work-life balance is essential for long-term success and happiness. She realized that by taking care of herself and nurturing her relationships, she could achieve her goals without sacrificing her well-being. Story 54. Lily and the Joy of Volunteering. Lily had always enjoyed helping others, but one day she decided to take her commitment to volunteering to the next level. She signed up to mentor a group of younger students who were struggling with their schoolwork. At first, Lily was nervous about whether she could make a difference. But as she spent time with the students, she realized how much they appreciated her guidance and support. She helped them with their homework, gave them study tips, and encouraged them to believe in themselves. Over time, Lily saw the students grow more confident and capable. They began to improve in their studies and take more pride in their achievements. Seeing their progress filled Lily with a deep sense of satisfaction and joy. Lily learned that volunteering is not only about giving back, but also about forming meaningful connections and making a positive impact on others' lives. She realized that the joy of helping others was one of the most fulfilling experiences she could have. Story 55. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always believed in the power of positivity, but one day she faced a situation that tested her optimism. She had been working on a big project at school, and just as she was about to finish, her computer crashed, and she lost all her work. At first, Lily felt devastated. She had put so much time and effort into the project, and now it was all gone. But after a moment of despair, she decided to focus on the positive. She reminded herself that she had learned a lot during the process, and that she could rebuild the project, even if it took more time. Lily took a deep breath, started over, and worked tirelessly to recreate her project. She reached out to her classmates for help and stayed focused on her goal. In the end, she completed the project and even improved on her original work. Lily learned that positivity can help you overcome setbacks and challenges. She realized that by staying optimistic and focusing on solutions, you can turn difficult situations into opportunities for growth and improvement. Story 56. Lily and the Importance of Compassion. Lily had always been kind-hearted, but one day she found herself in a situation that deepened her understanding of compassion. She was on her way to class when she saw a classmate sitting alone on a bench, looking upset. Lily hesitated for a moment, unsure if she should approach, but then decided to sit down next to her classmate. She asked if everything was okay and offered a listening ear. The classmate, Sarah, opened up about a personal problem she was going through, and Lily listened without judgment. As Sarah talked, Lily realized how much it meant to her to have someone who cared enough to listen. She offered words of comfort and assured Sarah that she wasn't alone. By the end of their conversation, Sarah thanked Lily for being there for her. Lily learned that compassion is about being present for others in their time of need. She realized that even small acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. This experience taught her the importance of showing compassion to others and being there for those who need support. Story 57. Lily and the Joy of Learning. Lily had always been curious and loved learning new things, but one day, she discovered a subject that ignited a new passion in her life. She had signed up for an elective course in creative writing, thinking it would be a fun way to express herself. As the course progressed, Lily found herself falling in love with writing. She enjoyed the process of crafting stories, creating characters, and exploring different themes. Writing became a way for her to express her thoughts and emotions in a way she hadn't before. Lily realized that learning wasn't just about gaining knowledge, but about discovering new passions and exploring creative possibilities. She began to write regularly, not just for the course, but for her own enjoyment as well. Lily learned that the joy of learning comes from pursuing your interests and allowing yourself to be open to new experiences. She realized that learning can be a lifelong journey, full of discovery and growth. Story 58. Lily and the Lesson of Resilience. Lily had always been a strong person, but one day she faced a situation that tested her resilience. She had been working hard to achieve a personal goal, but despite her best efforts, things didn't go as planned. Lily felt disappointed and frustrated, wondering if all her hard work had been for nothing. But instead of giving up, she decided to take a step back and reassess her approach. She reminded herself of the reasons why she had started and the progress she had already made. Lily decided to keep going, even if it meant changing her strategy. She reached out for support from friends and mentors who encouraged her to stay strong and keep pushing forward. With renewed determination, Lily continued to work toward her goal. In the end, Lily achieved her goal, and the sense of accomplishment was even greater because of the challenges she had overcome. She learned that resilience is about staying strong in the face of adversity and never giving up on your dreams. Lily realized that challenges and setbacks are a natural part of the journey, and they only make success sweeter. She knew that her resilience would continue to serve her well in all aspects of her life. Story 59. Lily and the Value of Self-Expression. Lily had always been a creative person, but one day she discovered the importance of self-expression in a new way. She had been feeling overwhelmed by her responsibilities and needed an outlet to express her emotions. Lily decided to try something she had never done before: painting. She bought some supplies and set up a small workspace at home. At first, she wasn't sure where to start, but she soon found herself lost in the process of creating. As Lily painted, she realized that the act of self-expression was incredibly therapeutic. She was able to release her emotions and thoughts onto the canvas, creating something that was uniquely her own. The finished painting wasn't perfect, but it was a reflection of her inner world. Lily learned that self-expression is a powerful tool for processing emotions and finding clarity. She realized that everyone needs an outlet to express themselves, whether through art, writing, music, or another creative pursuit. Lily knew that she would continue to explore different forms of self-expression, as it brought her a sense of peace and fulfillment that she hadn't experienced before. Story 60. Lily and the Power of Kindness. Lily had always believed in being kind to others, but one day, she saw firsthand the impact that kindness can have. She was walking home from class when she noticed a young boy struggling to carry a heavy bag of groceries. Without hesitation, Lily offered to help. The boy gratefully accepted, and together they carried the groceries to his home, which was just a few blocks away. As they walked, the boy shared that his mother was ill and couldn't carry the groceries herself. When they reached the boy's home, his mother came to the door and thanked Lily for her kindness. She explained how much it meant to her that someone had taken the time to help her son. Lily felt a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that she had made a difference in their day. Lily learned that kindness doesn't have to be grand or complicated. Even small acts of kindness can have a big impact. She realized that by being kind to others, she could spread positivity and make the world a better place. From that day on, Lily made a conscious effort to practice kindness in her daily life. She knew that by helping others, she was not only making their lives better, but also enriching her own. Story 61. Lily and the importance of patience. Lily had always been a goal-oriented person, but one day she learned the value of patience in achieving her dreams. She had been working on a long-term project that required a lot of time and effort. As the weeks went by, Lily became impatient, wanting to see results immediately. One day, after a particularly frustrating day of slow progress, Lily's mentor reminded her that some things take time and that patience is essential to achieving lasting success. Her mentor shared a story about planting a tree and how it takes years to grow, but the result is a strong, beautiful tree that provides shade and shelter for many. Lily took these words to heart. She realized that her project was like that tree. It needed time to grow and develop into something great. She decided to focus on the process rather than the outcome, trusting that her hard work would eventually pay off. As Lily continued to work on her project, she found that by being patient and persistent, she was able to make steady progress. When she finally completed the project, it was even better than she had imagined, and the sense of accomplishment was immense. Lily learned that patience is a key ingredient in achieving long-term goals. She realized that by giving herself and her work the time it needed to flourish, she could create something truly meaningful. Story 62. Lily and the Power of Forgiveness. Lily had always valued her friendships, but one day she faced a situation that tested her ability to forgive. She had a close friend, Emily, who had let her down by breaking a promise. Lily felt hurt and betrayed, and she found it difficult to move past the incident. For a while, Lily avoided Emily, unsure if she could ever trust her again. But as time passed, Lily realized that holding on to the hurt was only making her feel worse. She missed her friend and the good times they had shared. Lily decided to have an open and honest conversation with Emily. She expressed how she felt and listened to Emily's side of the story. Emily apologized sincerely, explaining that she hadn't intended to hurt Lily and that she deeply regretted her actions. Lily realized that forgiveness was not about forgetting what happened, but about letting go of the pain and moving forward. She chose to forgive Emily, and their friendship grew stronger as a result. Lily learned that forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing and maintaining meaningful relationships. She realized that by forgiving others, she was also freeing herself from the burden of resentment. Story 63. Lily and the Joy of Exploring New Places. Lily had always loved traveling, but one day she discovered the joy of exploring new places closer to home. She had a free weekend and decided to visit a nearby town she had never been to before. As Lily wandered through the town's streets, she found charming cafes, unique shops, and beautiful parks that she hadn't known existed. She also met some friendly locals who shared stories about the town's history and culture. The experience reminded Lily that there are always new places to explore, even in familiar surroundings. She realized that adventure doesn't always have to involve faraway destinations. It can be found right in your own backyard. Lily learned that exploring new places can bring a sense of excitement and discovery into your life. She decided to make it a habit to visit new places regularly, whether near or far, and to embrace the joy of exploration. Story 64. Lily and the Lesson of Self-Acceptance. Lily had always been hard on herself, striving for perfection in everything she did. But one day, she realized that this constant pressure was taking a toll on her self-esteem and happiness. Lily had been preparing for an important presentation, and despite her best efforts, she felt that it wasn't perfect. She worried that she would disappoint her audience and felt anxious about the outcome. After the presentation, Lily received positive feedback from her peers and professor, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she could have done better. Her friend noticed her distress and encouraged Lily to be kinder to herself. Lily decided to reflect on her friend's words. She realized that she had been focusing too much on her flaws and not enough on her strengths. She decided to practice self-acceptance, acknowledging that she was doing her best and that she didn't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and respect. As Lily embraced self-acceptance, she found that she was happier and more confident. She learned that being kind to herself was just as important as striving for excellence. Lily learned that self-acceptance is key to living a balanced and fulfilling life. She realized that by accepting herself as she was, she could achieve her goals without unnecessary stress and self-doubt. Story 65. Lily and the Power of Perseverance. Lily had always been determined, but one day she faced a challenge that tested her perseverance. She had decided to learn how to play the piano, something she had always wanted to do but had never tried before. At first, the lessons were difficult. Lily struggled to read music and coordinate her fingers on the keys. She felt frustrated and discouraged, wondering if she would ever be able to play a full song. But Lily didn't give up. She practiced every day, even when it was hard. She sought help from her piano teacher and watched online tutorials to improve her skills. Slowly but surely, she began to make progress. After months of practice, Lily was able to play her first song on the piano. The sense of accomplishment she felt was overwhelming, and she realized that her perseverance had paid off. Lily learned that perseverance is essential when learning something new. She realized that by staying committed and pushing through challenges, she could achieve things she once thought were impossible. Story 66. Lily and the Joy of Helping Others. Lily had always enjoyed helping others, but one day she discovered just how much joy it could bring into her life. She had been volunteering at a local animal shelter, caring for the animals and helping with their daily needs. One day, a family came to the shelter looking to adopt a pet. Lily spent time with them, helping them find the perfect match. After a while, they decided to adopt a dog named Max, who had been at the shelter for a long time. Seeing Max go to a loving home filled Lily with a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. She realized that her efforts had made a difference in Max's life and in the lives of the family who adopted him. Lily learned that helping others, whether people or animals, can bring immense joy and satisfaction. She realized that by giving her time and energy to those in need, she was also enriching her own life. Story 67. Lily and the Importance of Boundaries. Lily had always been someone who liked to help others, but one day she realized that she needed to set boundaries to protect her own well-being. She had a friend, Sam, who often relied on her for support and advice. At first, Lily didn't mind being there for Sam, but over time, she started to feel overwhelmed by the constant demands on her time and energy. She realized that she was neglecting her own needs in favor of helping Sam. Lily decided to have an honest conversation with Sam. She explained that while she valued their friendship, she needed to set some boundaries to take care of herself. Sam was understanding and agreed to be more mindful of Lily's time. Lily learned that setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being. She realized that it's okay to say no sometimes, and that taking care of herself was just as important as helping others. Story 68. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always believed in the power of positivity, but one day she faced a situation that tested her optimism. She had been working on a project with a tight deadline, and just as she was about to finish, she encountered a technical issue that caused her to lose some of her work. At first, Lily felt frustrated and upset, but instead of dwelling on the setback, she decided to focus on the positive. She reminded herself that she still had time to complete the project and that she had learned valuable lessons along the way. Lily took a deep breath and started over, using her newfound knowledge to improve her work. By staying positive and focused, she was able to complete the project on time and deliver a high-quality result. Lily learned that positivity can help you overcome setbacks and challenges. She realized that by staying optimistic and focusing on solutions, you can turn difficult situations into opportunities for growth and improvement. Story 69. Lily and the Lesson of Empathy. Lily had always been a compassionate person, but one day she learned the true meaning of empathy. She had a classmate, Jake, who was going through a difficult time. Jake had recently lost a family member, and he was struggling to cope with the grief. Lily noticed that Jake was withdrawn and quiet, and she wanted to help, but instead of offering advice, she decided to simply be there for him. She sat with him during lunch and let him talk about his feelings without judgment or interruption. As Jake shared his thoughts, Lily listened intently, offering words of comfort and understanding. She realized that sometimes the best way to help someone is to simply listen and be present. Lily learned that empathy is about truly understanding and sharing in someone else's feelings. She realized that by being there for Jake, she was able to provide the support he needed during a difficult time. Story 70. Lily and the Value of Hard Work. Lily had always been a diligent student, but one day she faced a challenge that required her to work harder than ever before. She had been assigned a complex research project that required extensive reading, analysis, and writing. At first, Lily felt overwhelmed by the amount of work. She wasn't sure if she could complete the project on time, but she knew that she needed to give it her best effort. Lily decided to break the project down into smaller tasks and set a schedule for herself. She worked diligently every day, dedicating time to research, writing, and editing. Despite the long hours and challenges, Lily stayed focused and determined. When she finally submitted the project, Lily felt a deep sense of accomplishment. Her hard work had paid off, and she received high praise from her professor. Lily learned that hard work is essential for achieving success. She realized that by dedicating herself to her goals and putting in the effort, she could accomplish great things. Story 71. Lily and the Power of Positive Thinking. Lily had always been an optimistic person, but one day she faced a situation that tested her positive outlook. She had been preparing for an important job interview, but on the day of the interview, she woke up feeling anxious and unsure of herself. As she got ready, Lily reminded herself of all the preparation she had done and the skills she had to offer. She decided to focus on positive thoughts, telling herself that she was capable and deserving of the job. During the interview, Lily's positive thinking helped her stay calm and confident. She answered the questions with clarity and poise, and by the end, she felt good about her performance. A few days later, Lily received a call informing her that she had gotten the job. She realized that her positive thinking had played a significant role in her success. Lily learned that positive thinking can have a powerful impact on your mindset and performance. She realized that by focusing on the positive, you can boost your confidence and achieve your goals. Story 72. Lily and the Joy of Giving. Lily had always enjoyed giving to others, but one day she discovered the true joy of giving when she organized a charity drive for a local shelter. She wanted to make a difference in her community, so she gathered donations of clothes, food, and other essentials. As Lily collected the donations, she was amazed by the generosity of the people around her. Friends, family, and even strangers contributed to the cause, and soon she had a large collection of items to deliver to the shelter. When Lily brought the donations to the shelter, the staff and residents were incredibly grateful. Seeing the smiles on their faces and knowing that she had made a positive impact filled Lily with a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. Lily learned that giving to others can bring immense joy and satisfaction. She realized that by helping those in need, she was also enriching her own life and contributing to the well-being of her community. Story 73. Lily and the Lesson of Flexibility. Lily had always been a planner, preferring to have everything organized and scheduled. But one day, she learned the importance of flexibility when her carefully planned day didn't go as expected. Lily had a full schedule of meetings, assignments, and social events lined up. However, one by one, things started to go wrong. A meeting was rescheduled, a project took longer than expected, and a friend had to cancel their plans. At first, Lily felt frustrated and stressed, but she quickly realized that she needed to adapt to the changes. She decided to go with the flow, rearranging her schedule and making the best of the situation. By being flexible, Lily was able to accomplish what she needed to and still enjoy her day. She realized that sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that's okay. Lily learned that flexibility is key to managing life's uncertainties. She realized that by being adaptable and open to change, she could navigate challenges with ease and maintain a positive outlook. Story 74. Lily and the Power of Encouragement. Lily had always been supportive of her friends, but one day she discovered just how powerful encouragement could be. Her friend, Mia, was preparing for a big presentation and was feeling nervous and unsure of herself. Lily could see that Mia was struggling, so she decided to offer her support. She spent time helping Mia practice her presentation, offering constructive feedback and words of encouragement. As the day of the presentation approached, Lily continued to reassure Mia, reminding her of her strengths and abilities. When the day finally came, Mia delivered her presentation with confidence and poise, and it was a great success. After the presentation, Mia thanked Lily for her encouragement and support. She told Lily that her belief in her had made all the difference. Lily learned that encouragement can have a profound impact on others. She realized that by supporting and uplifting those around you, you can help them achieve their full potential. Story 75. Lily and the Lesson of Gratitude. Lily had always been grateful for the good things in her life, but one day she decided to focus more on expressing her gratitude to others. She realized that while she often felt thankful, she didn't always take the time to let people know how much she appreciated them. Lily started by writing thank you notes to her friends and family. She expressed her gratitude for their support, kindness, and presence in her life. She also made an effort to thank her coworkers and classmates whenever they helped her or did something kind. To her surprise, these small acts of gratitude had a big impact. The people in Lily's life were touched by her words and gestures, and they often responded with kindness and appreciation in return. Lily found that expressing gratitude not only strengthened her relationships, but also made her feel happier and more connected to others. Lily learned that gratitude is a powerful way to spread positivity and build stronger connections with those around you. She realized that by taking the time to express her thanks, she could create a ripple effect of kindness and appreciation in her life. Story 76. Lily and the Power of Active Listening. Lily had always considered herself a good listener, but one day she realized that she could do better. She was having a conversation with her friend, Emma, who was going through a tough time. As Emma talked, Lily found herself thinking about what she would say next, rather than truly listening. After the conversation, Lily felt guilty for not being fully present. She decided to make a conscious effort to improve her listening skills. The next time she talked to Emma, Lily focused on giving her full attention, making eye contact, and really hearing what Emma was saying. Lily noticed that when she actively listened, Emma felt more understood and supported. The conversation became more meaningful, and their friendship grew stronger. Lily learned that active listening is an essential part of communication and building strong relationships. She realized that by truly listening to others, she could show them that they mattered and that their feelings were important. Story 77. Lily and the Joy of Creativity. Lily had always enjoyed creative activities, but one day she discovered just how much joy creativity could bring into her life. She had been feeling stressed and overwhelmed by her responsibilities, so she decided to take a break and try something new. Lily signed up for a pottery class, something she had never done before. At first, she felt a little unsure of herself, but as she began to work with the clay, she found herself completely absorbed in the process. The act of creating something with her hands brought Lily a sense of peace and fulfillment. She realized that creativity wasn't just about making something beautiful, it was about expressing herself and finding joy in the process. Lily learned that creativity is a powerful way to relieve stress and connect with your inner self. She realized that by making time for creative activities, she could bring more joy and balance into her life. Story 78. Lily and the Importance of Responsibility. Lily had always been responsible, but one day she faced a situation that reminded her of the importance of taking responsibility for her actions. She had been working on a group project with her classmates, and everyone had specific tasks to complete. Lily was responsible for putting together the final presentation. However, due to a misunderstanding, she didn't realize that one of her teammates hadn't completed their part. On the day of the presentation, it became clear that something was missing, and the group's work suffered as a result. At first, Lily was upset and wanted to blame her teammate for not finishing their work. But as she thought about it, she realized that she also had a role to play. She hadn't checked in with her teammate to make sure everything was on track, and she hadn't taken the initiative to review the entire project before the deadline. Lily decided to take responsibility for her part in the situation. She apologized to her group and explained what had happened. They were understanding, and together they worked on a solution to improve their presentation for the next round. This experience taught Lily the importance of taking responsibility for her actions, even when things go wrong. She realized that by owning up to her mistakes and learning from them, she could become a better teammate and leader. Story 79. Lily and the Power of Optimism. Lily had always been an optimistic person, but one day she faced a situation that tested her positive outlook. She had been preparing for an important event, but just as everything seemed to be coming together, something unexpected happened that threw off her plans. At first, Lily felt frustrated and disappointed, but instead of dwelling on the setback, she decided to focus on the positive. She reminded herself that she could still make the best of the situation and that things might turn out better than she expected. Lily took a deep breath and adjusted her plans, finding creative solutions to the challenges she faced. By staying optimistic and focused on the positives, she was able to turn the situation around and make the event a success. Lily learned that optimism can help you navigate challenges and setbacks with grace and resilience. She realized that by focusing on the good and staying hopeful, you can create positive outcomes even in difficult situations. Story 80. Lily and the Lesson of Self-Care. Lily had always been busy, juggling work, studies, and social commitments. But one day she realized that she was neglecting her own well-being in the process. She felt constantly tired and stressed, and she knew she needed to make a change. Lily decided to prioritize self-care in her daily routine. She started by making small changes, such as getting enough sleep, eating healthy meals, and taking breaks throughout the day. She also made time for activities that brought her joy and relaxation, such as reading, yoga, and spending time in nature. As Lily focused on self-care, she noticed a significant improvement in her mood and energy levels. She felt more balanced and in control of her life, and she was able to handle her responsibilities more effectively. Lily learned that self-care is essential for maintaining physical, mental, and emotional well-being. She realized that by taking care of herself, she could be more productive and enjoy her life more fully. Story 81. Lily and the Power of Setting Goals. Lily had always been goal-oriented, but one day, she realized the importance of setting clear and achievable goals. She had been feeling overwhelmed by the number of things she wanted to accomplish, and she wasn't sure where to start. Lily decided to take a step back and write down her goals. She made a list of what she wanted to achieve, both in the short term and long term. Then, she broke each goal down into smaller, manageable steps. By setting clear goals and creating a plan, Lily was able to focus her efforts and make steady progress. She felt more motivated and less overwhelmed, knowing that she had a roadmap to follow. Lily learned that setting goals is a powerful way to achieve success and maintain focus. She realized that by breaking down her goals into smaller steps, she could make steady progress and stay on track. Story 82. Lily and the Lesson of Empathy. Lily had always been a caring person, but one day she learned the true meaning of empathy. She had a friend, Ben, who was going through a difficult time. Ben had lost his job and was feeling discouraged and hopeless. Lily wanted to help, but she wasn't sure how to make Ben feel better. She decided to spend time with him, listening to his concerns and offering support. Instead of trying to fix the problem, Lily focused on being there for Ben and understanding what he was going through. As they talked, Lily realized that sometimes the most important thing you can do for someone is to simply be present and listen. Ben appreciated Lily's empathy and support, and it helped him feel less alone in his struggles. Lily learned that empathy is about truly understanding and sharing in someone else's feelings. She realized that by being there for others and offering a listening ear, she could make a positive difference in their lives. Story 83. Lily and the Power of Positive Relationships. Lily had always valued her relationships with friends and family, but one day she realized just how important positive relationships were to her well-being. She had been going through a stressful time, and she found comfort and support in the people she cared about. Lily noticed that the positive relationships in her life helped her feel more connected, valued, and understood. Whether it was a kind word from a friend, a hug from a family member, or a conversation with a colleague, These interactions made a big difference in her mood and outlook. Lily decided to focus more on nurturing her positive relationships. She made an effort to spend quality time with the people she cared about, express her appreciation, and be there for them in return. Lily learned that positive relationships are essential for a happy and fulfilling life. She realized that by investing time and energy into her relationships, she could create a strong support network that would help her through both good times and bad. Story 84. Lily and the Joy of Learning. Lily had always been curious and loved learning new things, but one day she discovered a new passion that reignited her love of learning. She had been interested in photography for a while, but had never taken the time to explore it fully. One weekend, Lily decided to sign up for a photography workshop. As she learned about different techniques and experimented with her camera, she found herself completely absorbed in the process. The joy of discovering a new skill and expressing herself creatively brought Lily a deep sense of fulfillment. She realized that learning wasn't just about gaining knowledge, it was about exploring new passions and finding joy in the process. Lily learned that the joy of learning comes from pursuing your interests and being open to new experiences. She realized that learning is a lifelong journey, full of opportunities for growth and discovery. Lily and the importance of balance. Lily had always been someone who liked to stay busy, but one day she realized that she was taking on too much and neglecting her own well-being. She felt constantly tired and stressed, and she knew she needed to make a change. Lily decided to focus on creating a better balance in her life. She started by setting boundaries and prioritizing her time. She made sure to take breaks, spend time with loved ones, and engage in activities that brought her joy and relaxation. As Lily focused on balance, she noticed a significant improvement in her mood and energy levels. She felt more in control of her life and was able to handle her responsibilities more effectively. Lily learned that balance is essential for maintaining physical, mental, and emotional well-being. She realized that by creating a healthy balance in her life, she could achieve her goals and enjoy her life more fully. Story 86. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always believed in the power of positivity, but one day she faced a situation that tested her optimistic outlook. She had been preparing for a big presentation at work, but just as she was about to start, she experienced a technical glitch that threatened to derail her entire presentation. At first, Lily felt frustrated and anxious, but she quickly reminded herself to stay positive. She took a deep breath, focused on the solutions, and calmly addressed the issue. With her positive attitude, Lily was able to fix the problem and continue with her presentation. Her composure and confidence impressed her colleagues, and the presentation was a success. Lily learned that positivity can help you navigate challenges with grace and resilience. She realized that by staying positive and focusing on solutions, you can turn difficult situations into opportunities for growth and success. Story 87. Lily and the Lesson of Responsibility. Lily had always been responsible, but one day she faced a situation that reminded her of the importance of taking responsibility for her actions. She had been working on a group project with her classmates, and everyone had specific tasks to complete. Lily was responsible for coordinating the group's efforts and ensuring that everyone's contributions were included in the final presentation. However, due to a misunderstanding, one teammate's work was left out, and the presentation suffered as a result. At first, Lily felt frustrated and wanted to place the blame on her teammate, but she quickly realized that she also had a role to play. She hadn't communicated clearly enough, and she hadn't double-checked that everything was included. Lily decided to take responsibility for her part in the situation. She apologized to her group and worked with them to improve the presentation for the next round. Her willingness to take responsibility and find a solution earned her the respect of her teammates. Lily learned that taking responsibility is essential for personal and professional growth. She realized that by owning up to her mistakes and learning from them, she could become a better leader and teammate. Story 88. Lily and the Power of Encouragement. Lily had always been supportive of her friends, but one day she discovered just how powerful encouragement could be. Her friend Alex was preparing for an important exam and was feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Lily could see that Alex was struggling, so she decided to offer her support. She spent time helping Alex study, offering words of encouragement and reassurance. She reminded Alex of all the hard work he had put in and how capable he was. As the exam day approached, Alex felt more confident and prepared, thanks to Lily's encouragement. When the results came in, Alex had passed with flying colors and thanked Lily for believing in him. Lily learned that encouragement can have a profound impact on others. She realized that by supporting and uplifting those around you, you can help them achieve their full potential and build their confidence. Story 89. Lily and the Joy of Giving Back. Lily had always enjoyed helping others, but one day she discovered the true joy of giving back when she organized a community service project. She gathered a group of friends to clean up a local park and plant flowers in the community garden. As they worked together, Lily felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that they were making a positive impact on their neighborhood. The smiles and gratitude from the local residents further reinforced the importance of their efforts. Lily realized that giving back to the community not only benefits others, but also brings joy and purpose to her own life. She learned that by contributing to the well-being of others, she was also enriching her own sense of connection and belonging. Lily knew that she would continue to find ways to give back and make a difference in the lives of others. Story 90. Lily and the Importance of Setting Boundaries. Lily had always been someone who liked to help others, but one day she realized that she needed to set boundaries to protect her own well-being. She had a friend, Jenna, who often relied on her for support and advice. At first, Lily didn't mind being there for Jenna, but over time, she started to feel overwhelmed by the constant demands on her time and energy. She realized that she was neglecting her own needs in favor of helping Jenna. Lily decided to have an honest conversation with Jenna. She explained that while she valued their friendship, she needed to set some boundaries to take care of herself. Jenna was understanding and agreed to be more mindful of Lily's time. Lily learned that setting boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being. She realized that it's okay to say no sometimes and that taking care of herself was just as important as helping others. Story 91. Lily and the Power of Persistence. Lily had always been determined, but one day, she faced a challenge that tested her persistence. She had decided to learn how to code, something she had always wanted to do, but had never tried before. At first, the lessons were difficult. Lily struggled to understand the concepts and write code that worked correctly. She felt frustrated and discouraged, wondering if she would ever be able to master coding. But Lily didn't give up. She practiced every day, even when it was hard. She sought help from online tutorials and joined a coding community to learn from others. Slowly but surely, she began to make progress. After months of practice, Lily was able to write her first complete program. The sense of accomplishment she felt was overwhelming, and she realized that her persistence had paid off. Lily learned that persistence is essential when learning something new. She realized that by staying committed and pushing through challenges, she could achieve things she once thought were impossible. Story 92. Lily and the Joy of Self-Expression. Lily had always been a creative person, but one day she discovered the importance of self-expression in a new way. She had been feeling overwhelmed by her responsibilities and needed an outlet to express her emotions. Lily decided to try something she had never done before, writing poetry. She found a quiet spot in her home, grabbed a notebook, and began to write. As the words flowed onto the page, Lily felt a sense of release and relief. The act of self-expression allowed Lily to process her thoughts and emotions in a healthy and constructive way. She realized that everyone needs an outlet to express themselves, whether through writing, art, music, or another creative pursuit. Lily learned that self-expression is a powerful tool for processing emotions and finding clarity. She realized that by expressing herself creatively, she could find peace and fulfillment in her daily life. Story 93. Lily and the Power of Positivity. Lily had always believed in the power of positivity, but one day she faced a situation that tested her optimistic outlook. She had been working on a group project, but just as everything seemed to be going well, a key team member fell ill and was unable to contribute. At first, Lily felt frustrated and worried about how they would complete the project on time. But instead of dwelling on the setback, she decided to focus on the positive. She reminded herself and her team that they could still make the best of the situation and find a way to succeed. Lily and her remaining team members rallied together, dividing up the tasks and supporting each other through the challenge. With their positive attitude and determination, they were able to complete the project on time and deliver a strong presentation. Lily learned that positivity can help you navigate challenges and setbacks with grace and resilience. She realized that by focusing on the good and staying hopeful, you can create positive outcomes even in difficult situations. Story 94, Lily and the Lesson of Compassion. Lily had always been a kind-hearted person, but one day, she found herself in a situation that deepened her understanding of compassion. She was walking home when she saw an elderly woman struggling to carry her groceries. Without hesitation, Lily offered to help. The woman gratefully accepted, and Lily walked with her to her home, carrying the heavy bags. As they walked, the woman shared stories from her life, and Lily listened with interest and empathy. When they reached the woman's home, she thanked Lily for her kindness and invited her in for tea. Lily accepted, and they spent the afternoon talking and sharing stories. The experience touched Lily deeply, and she realized how much it meant to the woman to have someone who cared. Lily learned that compassion is about being present for others and offering help when it's needed. She realized that even small acts of kindness can have a big impact, and that showing compassion enriches both the giver and the receiver. Story 95. Lily and the Power of Encouragement. Lily had always been supportive of her friends, but one day she discovered just how powerful encouragement could be. Her friend Sophie was preparing for a big audition and was feeling nervous and unsure of herself. Lily could see that Sophie was struggling, so she decided to offer her support. She spent time helping Sophie practice, offering constructive feedback and words of encouragement. She reminded Sophie of her talent and potential. As the audition day approached, Sophie felt more confident and prepared, thanks to Lily's encouragement. When the results came in, Sophie had been selected for the role and thanked Lily for believing in her. Lily learned that encouragement can have a profound impact on others. She realized that by supporting and uplifting those around you, you can help them achieve their full potential and build their confidence. Story 96. Lily and the Lesson of Resilience. Lily had always been strong, but one day she faced a situation that tested her resilience. She had been working hard to achieve a personal goal, but despite her best efforts, things didn't go as planned. Lily felt disappointed and frustrated, wondering if all her hard work had been for nothing. But instead of giving up, she decided to take a step back and reassess her approach. She reminded herself of the reasons why she had started and the progress she had already made. Lily decided to keep going, even if it meant changing her strategy. She reached out for support from friends and mentors who encouraged her to stay strong and keep pushing forward. With renewed determination, Lily continued to work toward her goal. In the end, Lily achieved her goal, and the sense of accomplishment was even greater because of the challenges she had overcome. She learned that resilience is about staying strong in the face of adversity and never giving up on your dreams. Lily realized that challenges and setbacks are a natural part of the journey, and they only make success sweeter. She knew that her resilience would continue to serve her well in all aspects of her life. Story 97. Lily and the Power of Positive Relationships. Lily had always valued her relationships with friends and family, but one day she realized just how important positive relationships were to her well-being. She had been going through a stressful time, and she found comfort and support in the people she cared about. Lily noticed that the positive relationships in her life helped her feel more connected, valued, and understood. Whether it was a kind word from a friend, a hug from a family member, or a conversation with a colleague, these interactions made a big difference in her mood and outlook. Lily decided to focus more on nurturing her positive relationships. She made an effort to spend quality time with the people she cared about, express her appreciation, and be there for them in return. Lily learned that positive relationships are essential for a happy and fulfilling life. She realized that by investing time and energy into her relationships, she could create a strong support network that would help her through both good times and bad. Story 98. Lily and the Lesson of Patience. Lily had always been a goal-oriented person, but one day she learned the value of patience in achieving her dreams. She had been working on a long-term project that required a lot of time and effort. As the weeks went by, Lily became impatient, wanting to see results immediately. One day, after a particularly frustrating day of slow progress, Lily's mentor reminded her that some things take time and that patience is essential to achieving lasting success. Her mentor shared a story about planting a tree and how it takes years to grow, but the result is a strong, beautiful tree that provides shade and shelter for many. Lily took these words to heart. She realized that her project was like that tree. It needed time to grow and develop into something great. She decided to focus on the process rather than the outcome, trusting that her hard work would eventually pay off. As Lily continued to work on her project, she found that by being patient and persistent, she was able to make steady progress. When she finally completed the project, it was even better than she had imagined, and the sense of accomplishment was immense. Lily learned that patience is a key ingredient in achieving long-term goals. She realized that by giving herself and her work the time it needed to flourish, she could create something truly meaningful. Story 99. Lily and the Joy of Learning. Lily had always been curious and loved learning new things, but one day she discovered a new passion that reignited her love of learning. She had been interested in photography for a while, but had never taken the time to explore it fully. One weekend, Lily decided to sign up for a photography workshop. As she learned about different techniques and experimented with her camera, she found herself completely absorbed in the process. The joy of discovering a new skill and expressing herself creatively brought Lily a deep sense of fulfillment. She realized that learning wasn't just about gaining knowledge. It was about exploring new passions and finding joy in the process. Lily learned that the joy of learning comes from pursuing your interests and being open to new experiences. She realized that learning is a lifelong journey, full of opportunities for growth and discovery. Story 100. Lily and the Power of Gratitude. Lily had always been grateful for the good things in her life, but one day she decided to focus more on expressing her gratitude to others. She realized that while she often felt thankful, she didn't always take the time to let people know how much she appreciated them. Lily started by writing thank you notes to her friends and family. She expressed her gratitude for their support, kindness, and presence in her life. She also made an effort to thank her coworkers and classmates whenever they helped her or did something kind. To her surprise, these small acts of gratitude had a big impact. The people in Lily's life were touched by her words and gestures, and they often responded with kindness and appreciation in return. Lily found that expressing gratitude not only strengthened her relationships, but also made her feel happier and more connected to others. Lily learned that gratitude is a powerful way to spread positivity and build stronger connections with those around you. She realized that by taking the time to express her thanks, she could create a ripple effect of kindness and appreciation in her life.
Thank you for watching our video. Keep practicing English every day and you will see great improvements. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to mastering the language. Happy learning!